Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today in this video, I am going to show you one of the rarely used attack strategy at Town Hall 11. TH11 Queen Charge Electro Dragon. Usually we don't use Queen Charge and Electro Dragons together. But after trying this strategy myself, I am absolutely surprised to see how good they works together. I will walk you through every aspect of this strategy in this video. So without wasting your time, let's get started. This is the general army composition. Obviously, you have to change few things according to the target base. But that Flame Flinger is playing huge role in this strategy. Take a look at this base. Infernos, X-bows, enemy queen, air defenses and sweepers can cause problems in this strategy. So we have to keep them under control. We will charge our queen from here to wrap around and follow this path afterwards. She will take down all these things including CC and enemy queen. We will use a baby dragon to funnel her. The X-bows are not covering the 6 o'clock side. So we will use a Flame Flinger there. It will take down all these defenses. And eventually take down this multi-inferno afterwards. That will create this straight path for the Electro Dragons. With early rage spells, they will cruise through the compact area. We will use our king to keep them centered. The troops from the Flinger will also join them afterwards. Freeze spell will be used for back-end air defense. Simple plan. Now let's see how it works. Alright, let's start with deploying the Flame Flinger, as it is very slow. I used a barbarian first to trigger possible traps. We can deploy the queen as we planned. Always use Coco Loon in front of healers to check for black air mines. Notice how I used the giant and a wizard to take down that mortar. In case you don't know, mortar can also outrange Flame Flinger apart from the X-bow. So we have to protect the Flinger from these two defenses to get the best value out of it. Fortunately, our queen is going exactly as we planned. In case she goes to the wrong way, we can use the invisibility to redirect her. We are using only 4 healers here, as we can't manage to get 5 healers with this strategy. So the queen needs spell support while being under heavy damage. With the help of rage and poison spell, she can handle any CC troops. Our Flinger is going for that multi as we planned. Notice how I used goblin and a barbarian to clean up those outside storages. Re-watch that part if you have missed it. Alright, let's deploy the Electro Dragons as time is running out. I used the king first to make sure they don't go outside. Early rage and warden ability, as we always do in Electro Dragon attacks. Multi-inferno is never an issue with Electros. There is nothing left on the base to stop this attack. So we can swag the remaining spells now. Easy day. Here on this one, all the major threats are placed all around the base. So what we will do is charge our queen this way. She will take down all these things along with enemy queen and CC. The Flame Flinger will be deployed here to take down all these defenses. Out of them, multi-inferno is our main target. We will take down this mortar just like the last attack. That will leave this straight path for the E-Drags. They will move like this. King will be used to keep them centered. We will leave both sweepers for the Electros in this one. So we have to face one of them. Spells will be used to get through the core. You understood the plan? Now let's execute it. Let's start with taking down that mortar. So we can deploy our Flame Flinger afterwards. In the meantime, let's deploy the queen and the baby dragon to funnel her. The good thing here is, you only have to funnel on one side. The other side is automatically funneled by Flame Flinger for both queen and Electros. But it is so slow. Always use rage spell while fighting the enemy queen. Because we have only 4 healers on our own queen. Same goes for the CC as well. Our Flinger is also doing great on other side. Its fire spirits will also take down the left behind trash buildings. Alright, let's deploy the king to make the way for Electros. He will make sure the Electros goes to the core and not the outside. Notice how I deploy Electros on both sides first, so the rest of them could go directly to the core. I did the same thing in the last attack too, so rewatch it if you missed that. Now if you divide the base in 4 equal parts, the queen will take down one part with enemy queen and CC. Flame Flinger will take down one part along with at least one major defense. And the E-Drags will get the remaining 2 parts. So effectively, you are taking down half of the base with Queen Charge and Flinger, and remaining 50% with the Electro Dragons. So always keep that in mind. Alright, let's wrap up this one and attack a bit harder base. Bases like this one are the hardest to attack with this strategy. Major defenses are stacked up in the core, and some of them are even isolated. There is not much chain value for Electro Dragons, and both Infernos are set single. They are a big problem for both our queen and E-Drags. So what we will do is charge our queen this way. She will grab all these things. Out of them, queen and CC are our main target. We will use the king here to clear these trash buildings, so the Electros don't get distracted. The X-bows are covering almost entire base, so the Flinger will not get much value here. That's why we will be using the Stone Slammer in this one. Electros will follow this path. Slammer will keep them centered, as E-Drags will get good chain value in the core. We will use rage spells later in the core instead of beginning of attack. Enough planning. Let's do the attack now. Let's start with deploying the queen. As I said in my Queen Charge Lalo video, controlling the queen throughout the attack on box bases is very tricky. Looks like we need to use the invisibility spell to redirect the queen. Alright, she is coming back. Let's use the rage spell on her. She is losing her HP and is about to engage the enemy king. In the meantime, let's deploy our king on the other side as we planned. I used a Valkyrie to speed him up. The queen is going exactly according to the plan. King is also doing great on top side. To be honest, it's hard to keep an eye on both of them at the same time. Enemy CC is out now. With the poison spell, queen will easily handle them. Let's deploy the Electro Dragons to quickly rush that single Inferno before it takes down our queen. Now, this strategy will absolutely tear apart the compact bases. Also when the Electros get good chain value as we saw in last 2 attacks. And unlike most of TH11 attack strategies, they work best against multi-Inferno bases. I didn't expect it to be this much overpowered when I first thought of it. But boy, this strategy is good and so much fun to use. Alright, the base is gone. So we can swag the freeze spells now. There is a lot of chain value on this base, especially in the core. As I said in the second attack, divide the base into 4 equal parts. The queen will clear this part with CC and enemy queen. The Flame Flinger will take down this part along with Eagle Artillery. The Electro Dragons will easily cruise through the remaining 2 parts due to the compactness of that area. King will be used to funnel them. We will use Warden ability to get through the single Inferno tower. That's the plan. Let's see how it goes. Let's start with deploying the Flame Flinger. We can also deploy the queen as we planned. There are air defenses in that area, so we have to be careful with healer's deployment. I used the invisibility spell instead of rage to get through enemy king. So we can use the rage later in the attack. You can also throw in a wizard to help the queen. I am taking down that cannon with a giant and wizard to make sure our queen will go into the multi-inferno compartment through that wall opening. I even brought a backup wall breaker for that. Now this strategy will work great against multi-Inferno bases or compact bases. It will even crush the compact TH12 bases easily sometimes. But as both Queen Charge and Electros struggles against single Infernos, it will be very hard to use it against single Inferno bases like the last one. But it is not impossible. With clever planning, you can take down even single Inferno bases. Just like the last one. So this is the TH11 Queen Charge Electro Dragon attack strategy tutorial for you. I hope you enjoyed and learned the strategy throughout. Consider subscribing for more strategy guide videos. And don't forget to check out the TH11 playlist for other strategy guides.